I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient, and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing all our minds and put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass half wish. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone, just wanna break, no. I'm not gonna give in, take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous, scared I would pop out fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of bluff, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly. I'm going to be your host today, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. Man, it is happy fried doom, as Alex O was saying today. But hey, we got some key levels. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. We got some key levels where we can find some support and opportunities, right? It's not all doom and gloom, right? For those that got some cash on the side, somebody got a little bit of money ready to play, you might have some opportunities. We'll take a look at that when we get to the charts. But we did get some important data out today through the Fed, talking about the PCE inflation. So we'll take a look at that data. Nothing too crazy there. It's pretty much as expected, but here nor there, we did get a little bit of a pullback today, but it really did coincide. I mean, for Bitcoin specifically, it did really coincide with some key levels. It was not super surprising to see a little bit of a pullback, and I think we did talk a little bit about that yesterday. Here nor there, let's get over to the chat. Let's say what's up to everybody. Love seeing everybody in the chat. This is why we do it. Alexandra G, the best mod in all of the space. All of it. All of it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do. Much appreciated. Infinite Team TA, what up, bro? Thank you for being here as well. Go check him out. He's got a channel doing some TA for the fam. Let's get it. BC Port Court, my dude. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Of course, he is repping old Piper Academy, my brothers over there. Thank you. Thank you for being here as well. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Alex O. Crypto. I know we play it for FD, but damn it, we got to play it for you too. Thank you for being here, brother. Much appreciated, of course. He's killing it over there on his channel. I mean, he is the scout master, no doubt about it. We got my dude Harp in the chat. What up, bro? Good to see you. Melissa, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Dylan VA, hi all, and have a good day. I appreciate it. Spreading the love. Let's go. All right, it looks like the chat is a-flowing now. Let me go ahead and scroll down a little bit more. We got Trade Intuition, my man Joe. What up, man? Thank you for being here. Of course, go check him out. He's also another one of the analysts doing some TA. We support each other, as you can see. We're all in the chats. We all stop by to say what's up when we got the time, even if it means waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning for Alex. If I'm up, man, I stop by to say what's up, no doubt about it. All right, Steve Hickey, what up, bro? Hey, brother, how are you? Good to see you. We got Crypto Hanged Me. All right, what's up to you, man? Trade Intuition Raid, thank you, Joe. I appreciate it for bringing over your people, man. Much appreciate it. All love. Of course, if you guys are here and you're here in my audience, please go over, support Joe as well. Check out his channel, like, subscribe, give him, a little bit of love back, man. It's much appreciated that he sends people over here almost every day, man. So much love, man. I wish I could do the same for you. It's just our times are different. K Diggity. No doubt. My man's out there repping the trade. The TradeFly hat is in the world, just so you guys know. It is in the world. It is floating around. We got Kyle Fields repping it. We got K Diggity, and I'm going to send one out to Harp today. That is the plan of the day. Man, it's kind of cool to see the logo floating around. It's super cool. All right, scrolling down a little bit more. Who else we got in here? I think I got you all. Maybe not. Let me see. Did I miss Wick's wife? Where is she? There she is. I knew she was in there somewhere. Wick's wife, fine 89. You better tell Mr. Wick to stop slacking. I need to see him in the chat here soon. And then, of course, we got the Dusty Hunt sneaking in there late with a yo. What up, dude? Good to see you. All right, we got all the call outs here out of the way. Let's go ahead and get over to the first bit of news. But you know what? I feel like we need to sound the siren. The siren has been sound. All right, so according to the PC letter, the home of the FUD, you know that, breaking July PCE inflation, the Fed's preferred inflation measure rises to 2.6, in line with expectations. So like I said, it's in line. But there's more. All right, core PCE inflation rises to 2.9%, in line with expectations of 2.9%. Core PCE, man, that's like a tongue twister. Inflation is now at its highest since February 2025, yet rate cuts are coming. Oh boy. And you know, the job numbers too, that's something you got to take into consideration. So, you know, both inflation and job numbers, they both have an impact. We shall see. I think at some point the rules are going to be made up and the points don't matter. They're going to change the rules just like they did for a recession, and they're just going to do what they want. They're going to do what they want, because that's how they roll. All right, crypto bubbles, it is red AF out there. Pyth is still up 18.8%, but it is pulling back a little bit. What is that, meme core? Actually, I don't know nothing about that. It's up 24.8%. Pump is up 8.8%. Who cares about that? Everything else is red. SPS getting hit pretty hard, 10.2%. Hex is down 9.7. Don't care about that. Mandel's down 9.2. Arrow's down 7.2. Everything else seems to be somewhere between 1, 4. Seems to be your average. So nothing too crazy. it could turn. It could turn here soon. And, you know, there is some areas of support that would support that. All right, fear and greed index currently sitting at 47, market cap 3.76. It is trending down. It is 3.57% in the negative over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance 57.5%, same as yesterday. Bitcoin is at 108,465, down 3.45%. Ethereum is down 3.23% at 43.31. And you know your boy is still holding that short from 49.01 for Ethereum. Still holding it. I may have to look at maybe exiting here soon though. We'll see. We shall see. All right, that's your quick market update. Let's go over to the part that you guys love the most. That is going to be the daily degen. All right, the daily degen. The way that this works, we give you guys, the audience, the opportunity to get absolutely wrecked. And you guys are 34 votes. You're 50-50 right now. That's wild. We do not see that all that often. But we're going to give you guys the opportunity to vote. I need you guys to break it. So you guys are 51%. Now you're 53% doom. All right, 53% doom. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and find ourselves a shooba-dooby, poop-pooba-dooby coin, as I like to say. So we're scrolling down here. Let's see what we can find. What is getting its booty beat? Hey, I mean, ain't nothing like booty but a fart coin. All right, let's go ahead and put that 5 on it. We don't do anything crazy. It's just having some fun. All right, just so you guys understand, this is not how I trade. We're having some fun, audience interaction. You guys are voting short right now, 53%. We're doing it. It did turn on us yesterday though. Yeah, it got upside down pretty quick. So let's see if this one plays out for you. We're gonna have some fun with it. Let's get on over to a new chart. All right, I had a homie hook me up. He was like, hey man, you should check this out. So this is aggr.trade for the heat map. It's got, I would say, a little bit more real-time data, and I like it. There seems to be more confluence between the time frames than on CoinAnk. So this one looks pretty dope. So what does this mean right now? Well, on the 4 hours specifically, we do have some liquidity still below us. All right, so you guys know how I like to trade. Typically, I like to see that liquidity off the table if I were to look for a swing trade, right? So where are we looking at that? Man, that's all the way down to about 105. I don't know if that's something that's going to happen here in the near term, but what we could look at is kind of this closer band, right? This closer band is sitting at about 107.9 at the low side. We started at the top here at about 105, but it's still kind of working its way down. So you would like to see that off the table. And if you were to see a reversal and it work back into the zone above some of these key levels we're going to look at here on the charts, it could be an opportunity to at least look at the structure, right? So you see how this is going, right? Lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. Cool, got it, right? You would think it's going to maintain that structure, right? The trend is your friend till the end until we see something different. So that's what we're going to keep our eyes on. But here nor there, we do have liquidity underneath of us. The hot spot is way up here at about 119. I don't think that's going to be a factor here in the near term. All right, so let's go back to the charts. And like I said, 108,650, that's kind of where I had it. I think I said 108.5, but anyways, that's where the liquidity started. And now we're working our way down to what? All right, so in the 107s, it aligns right now with a few things. One, you have the value area high. One, you have the golden pocket. So if you're taking it from the low of the previous range to the all-time high, that is where this is derived from, just so you understand where I pulled that. But we are coming right down into an area, a pretty key level. If we were to get a bounce, I would say would be here in the golden pocket in conjunction with taking some of that liquidity off the table. Hey, that could be an opportunity. Now, the issue that I have right now, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, is we have developed a descending level of resistance. All right, so you have a descending level of resistance. That bounce could be very short-lived. You know, you got to be super careful about that. Can you get into a scalp? Can you get into an intraday? I would say you could, right? The odds are there that like you could pull something off, you know, for that 1% move to the upside, the old Alex O special. But the problem is like where's the wick? You know, like if you're coming all the way down to the golden or the bottom of the golden pocket to the 0.66, you know, it's going to be pretty tough to get you that 2-to-1. Definitely not getting a 3-to-1, you know, if you're looking at that trend line. So that's where the squeeze is. That's where it gets a little bit weird. So what is the preferable thing to see in this case? We want to break that trend line. We want to see some bullish structure out of the golden pocket, and then we can look for a bigger trade. I don't know that getting into an intraday trade makes a lot of sense time now, to be honest with you. I mean, like, you could get in early and hope for the best, right? You could get in, put your stop loss below the golden pocket there, below where the leverage is, and then look for a push up, back up, you know, to this range. But again, you're going to be fighting the trend. So unfortunately, the better play yesterday was this area here. Looking at that trend, we found resistance there. It was a pretty quick rejection. And then you had a couple different, we'll say, levels lining up, right? So you had the value area low, you had the weekly pivot, you had the monthly pivot, all in the same area, and a trend line. There was a lot of freaking confluence in one general area, and we talked about that area at about 114.6 or so. Not saying that I was saying, hey, we're going down, but I was saying, like, hey, like, this is an issue. We do not want to see a rejection out of that area, or what? We're probably going to go a little bit lower. So here we are, time now. Now, full transparency, did not take a trade off of that. Like I said, I'm in a niche short right now, but I did not take a trade from this level, even though I really was contemplating on that level. The other thing we're looking at here is, like, let's say we were to push up, you know, was a potential breakout retest, and then you could take that trade out of the this zone right here at about 114.6. I think that's kind of dead and gone right now. Our next best hope is that we find a bounce out of this level, break this trend line, and work our way back up to this zone and start looking for that change of character, right? So unfortunately, right now, not looking all that great, but there is hope. There's hopium. Like I said, get the liquidity off the table, get a bounce out of this area. It's just now we have that trend line adding to that pressure for Bitcoin right now. So that's a general little top down for Bitcoin. Let's go over to the chat. Let's go over to the chat. I see you guys flowing right now. Love to see it. 42 votes are in. You guys are 55% doom right now. We've already put the daily degen in. What's up to Cohen's Trading? What's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Pac-Man, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else? We got Mark Dutch in the house. Who else? Man, dang. You guys are flowing. Al Jr., my dude. You know it. Remember to not drink and drive, but smoke and TradeFly. Let's get it, bro. Thank you for being here in the chat. Much love to you, man. Dang, you guys are just flowing this thing. Appreciate you. All right, let's get it. So that's a quick little top down on Bitcoin. Is there a potential opportunity? There might be. I would say it's a little bit more risky to take something, you know, right now, just given that trend line. It just doesn't give you much room, but a scalp could be, you know, could be there. Let's look at USDT dominance though, because this is definitely a little bit of an I told you so moment. All right, we've been watching this ascending level of support. Now, I don't know too many people that have been talking about this, and I've watched quite a few guys here as of late. Horizontal level of resistance. We nailed this like back here. Like, we've been looking at that for probably about a week now, and we've been hitting this, like, just nailing it to a T. We're like, hey man, you got that horizontal level. You could see a little bit of ping pong here, ascending level of support, ascending triangle essentially, but the pressure is building to the upside. And then, you know, we are looking, I was like, hey man, this is what could play out, and this is kind of where we're at right now. Unfortunately, this is a bad thing for Bitcoin. This is a bad thing. You do not want to see this break out to the upside. That is not the ideal scenario, but we knew that potential was there just based on some of the price action that we were seeing. So keep an eye on that. If you get a certified breakout to the top side of this horizontal, that's not going to be good for Bitcoin price action. And I mean, you can see you might have a little stop right there at about 4.59. You can see some horizontals here, kind of mixed about between support and resistance, just kind of grouping the price action. But 4.92 is a place you're really gonna have to keep your eye on. And if it does push up to that does mean quite a bit lower if we were to see this push up pretty hard. So total market cap, that's another thing. So again, we're having confluence between charts, which is, you know, this could be a bad thing. But right now, there's an opportunity in three facets, right? You have the golden pocket for Bitcoin. You have the total market cap right now. We are testing a level of support, time meow, right? You have a ascending level of support here. You got this trend line, but it's looking like it's breaking to the downside. Then you have this horizontal. So there is like a little bit of, you know, confluence, we'll say, a little bit of, you know, indecision, because it's not like, it's obviously these trend lines they're not perfect, right? They're not perfect, but right here, right now, we need this to hold is really like the moral of the story. This thing needs to hold, and it needs to hold like right now. because if it were to fall through, then again, just like USDT dominance, it could get a little weird because, you know, I mean, like, look, that's kind of your next stop at 3.55. That's pretty substantial. And then, I mean, really, your more certified level, the area where I would really look for support is truly retesting the top of this range, which we have not done. Remember, it got front ran. It was front run right here. All right, so we have not truly retested the top of the range yet. So, you know, that area right around 3.47, 3.48, maybe even as high as 3.5, you know, that's where I would truly be looking to find support if we were to fall through this area for total market cap specifically. But again, 3 different things right now telling you we are at a pretty key level in terms of, you know, price action. So, all right, that's Bitcoin, USDT dominance. We got a little bit of total market cap analysis as well. Quick look at the NASDAQ. We're not going to cover it too hard because we've talked about it and the level hasn't changed. It's just for the new people that are here. I obviously have quite a bit of new people in the chat right now. So I do want to take a look at this for you guys just to know an area we have been looking at for the NASDAQ is about 20 to about 20,200. This top of the range here, I think that's certified. If we pull back, I mean, that's a substantial pullback at this point, just so you know. Like, there's an order block before that. Much more likely to find some support here in this area at about 28 down to about 25.6. But this is the area I would be looking for entering the market if I were to take a NASDAQ position or a position on the NASDAQ. So let's keep this going. How you doing? Keep it moving. That's what we're going to do here. Let's go down to ETH. I know you guys want to look at that. Scrolling down. I should have it at the top, but I don't. All right, let's look at ETH. There we go. All right, so ETH, again, you had a nice little trend line developing. It's kind of, you see that it almost looks similar with the total market cap, right? It is breaking down. This one is a little bit more certified than what you're seeing with the total market cap. There could be some argument for total market cap where that's at right now. But that being said, what are we looking at right here? Coming back down to the 0.5 at about 41.50-ish, we'll say. I mean, you got the value area low, previous range, you got macro highs there as well, right? So that level is certified, man. That level, you also have a horizontal. So there's a few things that are just lining up in that area where I do think you'll get some price action. Now, understand, I'm saying I think you'll get some price action. Does that mean I'm saying it's gonna come down there? Does that mean I'm saying you got to take a position off of there? No, what I'm saying is, like, in the shorter term, on the shorter term time frames, let me fix this real quick. So I'm working on kind of like messing with some indicators and stuff. It doesn't always like to load correctly, but this thing's fun. Anyways, so what I'm thinking is you're gonna get some price action, and there could be an opportunity there. All right, and that opportunity, you know, that I would say would be somewhere around 41.5 on up back to the POC. Now let's go ahead and adjust the stop loss here. Can you get a 2-to-1 is going to be the question, and that has a lot to do with the wick. It has a lot to do with the wick. And honestly, I think you bring this down a little bit. Why do I think that? Because you guys know the game. What's the game? What do we know is right here? Come on, I know you know. I know you know that we know what I know you know. All right, so what I'm looking at is, all right, cool. We have a certified area of support. Got it. But what's underneath of it? Liquidity, right? Not liquidity, as y'all like to say. It ain't liquidity, it's liquidity. All right? It does kind of sound like liquidity. Anyways, but you know that you have liquidity down here below this area of support. So we need to see that liquidity off the table. What is that? When I'm saying that, what do I mean by that? I'm saying that there's stop losses, there's leverage long positions, there would be liquidation events that would happen in that area being about 4,000-ish, right? 4,000 and some change, 4,030, you know, around that area is what you would like to see. Now, the problem would be if, like, hey, you get a strong wick down here to the golden pocket. Is that something you're going to be willing to take still, because your risk to reward then changes, right, based on where you put the stop loss? I'm typically a guy that likes to put my stop loss below the wick, right? I don't like to put it midway up the stop loss, or, you know, kind of, you know, a tiered approach. That's not typically how I like to approach it. Now, the other thing that's important here, this is really important, and you need to understand that too. Is like, hey, we're developing some structure on the, you know, the lower, I'll say the lower time frames. I don't know if the hour or the 4 hours really lower, but you're seeing the structure, right? And what I'm saying about that, right? Cool. All right, we start here. You got a lower high, you got a lower low. All right, what's going to be next? Probably a lower high, lower low, but like you got to leave some room for that. So one, you have a very key level, right? You got the POC. I'm not going to say the 0.382 is really what we should use as we're coming back up, but you do have a clear horizontal. Okay, so you have a clear horizontal, and you know, confluence with the POC, and you want to keep the structure, right? So like you got to anticipate that. That's something that is really important. When I say that, this is what I'm talking about here. So you're coming down, you're coming up, you're coming down, right? Do you come up and then down, or do you just come down, continuation down, and then like that, right? Like that's what I'm talking about. So you got to be ready for that. And so this is kind of how you base the trade, or kind of base your setup around what you're looking at. I'm just going to move it just so you guys can see the box a little bit more clear, you know, but a few factors, right? One, you have the potential to at least get a 2 to 1. All right, that's kind of a starting point for me. Let's at least be you know, ready, or you know, potential be able to get a 2 to 1. So you're getting a bounce out of there, but you're fighting the trend, right? So when you're fighting the trend, right, because what you're seeing is a series of lower highs and lower lows. Like you want to get in, you want to get out. Like you yes, it could break out. Yeah, you could get a change of character. That would be dope. That would be great. But you know, that's just not the way I like to fight the game. I take the singles, I take the base hits. I'll take my 4.47% with a little bit of leverage on that thing, and then I'll take it to the bank. No big deal. All right, so you'll get your, you know, 2 to 1 at least, maybe a 3 to 1 if you're lucky, and you know, that's a nice trade. And I would say, like, probability wise, like you're skewing that in your favor a little bit by staying with the structure, right? Like, yeah, you are fighting the trend, and that's generally not a great idea, but at least you're allotting for the structure of the market and what's happening right now with price action. And that is, I think, still just as important when you're looking at one of these setups. So there's something you can look at for ETH. If we do break this area right here, the POC, really, I would say, you know, it is likely that you at least come back down to the 0.5 value area low and retest that area. And then why not? Like once you get down there, you know, like once you get down there, why not take that leverage, or not the leverage, but the liquidity that's down there, right? Get a wick down there, take that liquidity off the table. I think that really opens up the door for a potential trade for Ethereum. All right, cool. Man, my mouse is a little crazy right now. All right, so that is Ethereum. Let's look at the chat real quick. Just scrolling down here. Steve Hickey, what up, man? Good to see you. Let's go. Whew, man, this thing is flowing. I'm going to make that during my downtime this weekend. Oh, you guys are having another, what are you talking about, a song? Making a song? Liquidity. Gosh, I already know what's going to happen. I done opened it up. Now you guys are just going to run with the liquidity. No doubt about it. See, HRJ, what up, man? He's one of the analysts in my Discord, dropping some fire setups. Go check him out. He also has a YouTube as well. So much love to you, bro. Thank you for being here. Alex O becoming a golf pro. Yeah, no doubt. Dude's a beast at golf. It really hurts when a hobbit can hit a golf ball further than you. Not ideal. It's all right. I still own Shooting the Hoops, baby. I smoke checked him in LBC. All right, let's go. Let's keep this going. Let's look at Doge. I ain't looked at Doge in a minute. Here we go. All right, was looking for a potential breakout retest up there. That is not on the cards right now. That's not on the bingo cards, fam. Sorry. Coming on back down to that 20-cent level, man. We talked about this. Had a couple nice bounces off of 20 cents. Does that happen again? Well, look. Oh, see, this is what I love seeing. Check it out. All right, check it out. So, why do I love liquidity? Because, like, look, check it out. Right here. This right here, see, this is how you get ahead of something like this. One, you have a very strong horizontal level. Very strong. But right here, you have what? Liquidity, right? You got liquidity. Liquidity. Anyways, so you have liquidity sitting down here. What do you think? What's the incentive? The incentive is to come down and take that liquidity off the table, right? Makes the exchanges happy because you get liquidated and they get money. And then what happens? It ends up going back in the direction you thought it was going to go the whole time. Came all the way back up to, let's see if that's still the POC. We'll probably have to update that. Did I take a full range? That's just crazy. What was I doing there? Just taking that whole range? That's nutty. Let's go back there. Let's get rid of that. That's too much. Even though it did play out, which is kind of funny. Let's go here. Let's do another fixed range volume profile with this range here. I think that makes more sense. I would even say maybe here to here probably makes the most sense. So let's go establish the range and where we're at. There you go. Still POC. Funny how that works, huh? Anyways. All right. So back to this. This is really important, right? This is really, really important in terms of my trading strategy. And it's taking that liquidity off of the table. And then it goes in the same direction you thought it was going to go the entire time. Now, here's the difference. Here's the difference, and here's what you really need to pay attention to. Let's make this a different color because I don't like it clashing with the price action or the price right now. All right, so what you need to understand and what's the difference between, I would say, a lot of, I'd say newer investors, right? They see this, right? They're like, oh, I got a very clear level of support. Very clear level of support. And then this one's not too bad. You could have potentially stayed in this one, but it really depends on your threshold, right? Because if you're like, hey, I got a clear level of support and you go gangster on a leverage position, let's say you go high leverage, 50x, 100x, you know what you crazies do. You know what you crazies do. So you go high leverage, or you put a very tight stop loss and you put the stop loss to this wick or just below that wick. Well, sorry, it comes down and takes you off the table. Once it takes you off the table, then it says, okay, now I'm going to go in the direction that you thought I was going to go. So one of the things you'll hear me talk about is, hey, I look for my entry to be your stop loss. And this is really what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this wick. I'm waiting for the buying pressure to come in. I'm waiting for the liquidity to be gone, right? XNA, see ya, no more liquidity. And then what's the incentive to continue to drive the price down? And that's when we really figure out what it's going to do anyways, right? Liquidity's gone. Now it opens up the door. Are we going to see a breakout retest, or are we going to see the buying pressure come in, reestablish the zone? Once it does reestablish the zone, then we can take a long position. So it's just one more small step in the process that will exponentially, I'm not going to guarantee it, I won't guarantee it, but it will exponentially increase your win rate. It's tried and true. Listen to some OGs in the space. And I mean like OGs, like stock millionaires, not, just the standard people that we listen to. Try it out. Do some research. Anyways, so where are we headed to now? Coming on back down to the 20 cents. Why'd I spend so much time on it? Well, because what? Well, now we need to know where the liquidity is, and it ain't there anymore. Let's see. Actually, it is. There you go. So what you're seeing right here, little series, right? Little ascending level of support. So there's going to be liquidity all in that zone right there. So that old magic 20, right? We got a nice little line in the sand. Come back down, grab this liquidity, reestablish the zone, reestablish the range, which is certified. Then you could potentially look for a long position. But this one's going to be different. Why is this one going to be different? Well, structure again. That's going to be the key to this. The structure again is saying, hey, like you could come down. Yes, you could bounce. I don't know that it's going to happen, but where are you taking it? I'm not taking it above the value area low because the potential is for this to happen. And that's what you need to take into consideration. I would say, you know, a little bit more risky, right? Because it's like a tree, right? You chop a tree too many times, a lot of times it'll fall. But right here, you know, once we see that reaction, it's all about seeing the reaction. Like, you're gonna see the candle structure, like, you'll see it. It's gonna be clear. You're either gonna see a damn wick come back into the zone or you're not. Like, it may just break down. If it breaks down, then you're like, oh no, I'm not messing with that. And so you'll get some candle closes underneath of that. You know, get your line in the sand. You'll see some candle closes under that, and then it'll kind of work its way back up and do the retest. And then if you see some bearish candles out of that, when you come for the retest right here, look, check this out. Here you go. This will a little bit show you what I'm talking about. It comes back up, but you don't have that crazy wick back into the zone. So like, check this out real quick, just so you can understand. See the wick? It's gonna look different. When this loses this area, it's gonna look different. It is not gonna look like this. Okay, you're gonna see probably a candle close down into the zone, and then you're probably gonna see another candle close into the zone. Like, it's not gonna be this immediate buying pressure coming back in as soon as we interact with that level. You're not gonna see that. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be apparent to you. You're gonna see the difference. It's just, you know, understanding what you're looking for. And so that is why, you know, I talk about that. All right, cool. So that is an opportunity. Let's see if it's even worth it. Because another thing is, like, is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Can we get a 2-to-1 out of that? And you know what? I got some more fun stuff here on the indicator suites. Let's try the 11x risk management. Let's see if we can get that thing going. I think I may have to actually, like, turn it off and turn it on. This is new to me. Let's see here. Because when you actually populate the indicator, let's do that. Let's do it. Let's try it out. RR, here we go, 11x. There you go. Manually set the entry. Boom. Let's do it right here. And then let's see, stop loss. We'll put it at the below here. And then we'll go up to the value area low. All right, so what's cool about it is you can set the maker and taker fees. Let's see, if you are a taker, you guys are usually 0.01. All right, so I'll leave that on because that's usually what you guys are at. I get a little bit of a hookup here. So it's close. It's very close to a 2-to-1. It's gonna have a lot to do with the wick. Like, if it goes like super far down and really goes past some of this liquidity, then the juice may not be worth the squeeze. Honestly, it may not be, but it's pretty close to a 2-to-1. So this kind of shows you up, man. This is 11x, gives you a nice little risk to reward box here, gives you your entry, your fees, all that good stuff. Super cool, super useful. And you can set it up the way that you want to utilize it, which is really nice. It's not preset right now, it defaults to what it is, so just understand that. Like, you'll have to manipulate it in terms of changing your leverage, changing how much you're risking, all that good stuff, how much your fees will be. That will be stuff that you'll have to set, but it is kind of nice. And what's cool about it, what I do like about it more so than just using the standard long and short box, is that it'll actually give you a real risk to reward based on fees, and that's really important. So yeah, check that out. Got an affiliate deal with those guys. I have to actually update my description. I will do that post-show, update the description, but it's pretty cool. Of course, you get a little discount by using my affiliate link. Yada, yada, yada. All right, so that is Doge. See what you guys got going on. We got my man French Toaster in the house. What up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Rashad, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in the chat as well. B Team Crypto, my dude, he's in the house. Let's get it. All right. Cool. Build the liquidity, take the liquidity. Institutional mindset. That's it, man. That's it. I mean, the institutions are the institutions, right? They're making the big money. We're retail. So if you can take some elements of what, you know, the big money's doing and at least kind of skew it, one of the things I tell people is, like, you're never going to be, it's more risky to do it this way. Like, if you have your line in the sand and you're like, hey, this is where liquidity is, like, you could try it, like, to just be like, hey, this is gonna be my entry based on where the liquidity is. Like, this is where everyone's stop loss is. I'm just gonna put it there. You could do that. I would say you'll decrease the probability because you don't know what the price action is going to do, but you can ride the coattails of bigger money, institutional money. Like that's kind of the way I see it. You can ride the coattails. You're not going to be the leading indicator, right? Because really that money that's coming in is really what's driving the market. It's like, can you just react to that? We're pretty much always going to be reactive as retail, to be reals with you. If you want to have your like a higher win rate, I'll say, if you want to have the probability be a little bit more skewed in your favor, you can look at the price action, you can look at the candle structure, and you can get a little idea of what is to come next based on that. So yeah, but it's a way to at least ride with the homies, and when I say that, not retail. So all right, here we go. Let's find something else. Let's see, Tesla. Let's look at Tesla real quick. We'll keep that short. Tesla is down 3.45%. Not all that great. Oh, look at that. So it keeps the box up. So maybe that's a me thing. I'll have to update all the defaults here. Let's get rid of that one right here. Here we go. Here we go. We are on the 4 hour. Let's go over to the daily. Take a look-see at the daily. Oh, so once I get rid of the box, man, it's like I'll have to mess with that a little bit more. We'll take that off for now. Once I get my feet underneath of me, we will definitely utilize that a lot more. Maybe I'll have to just set the box up pre-show. All right, so you are looking at a little fib retracement here coming in. It looks like it did go, man, that's past the 0.786, bro. Working its way back down. You do have a little trend line right here. I'd say keep an eye on that. But the structure right now for Tesla is a little bullish, I think. What am I looking at? I'm just looking at right here. Looking all right. Looking all right. So do you see something that continuation like that? Let's see if we see any clear horizontals. I do. Very quickly. I do see a clear horizontal at current level. Current level right here. So we just take this, looking at the price action, right? Divide it up here. Right there. So what am I looking at? When I'm able to recognize that, you're probably like, well, why does he see that? How does he see that? I think you could probably see it too, but here nor there, let's look a little deeper and why I see that horizontal. It's price action. All right. And I see groups of price action. So if you're looking at this group, you're looking at this group, cool. Rejection. Got it. Yeah, I mean, it did move through, but now we're kind of retesting that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, right? So there is definitely a little horizontal in that area. Let me clean all this stuff up. Too much going on. Let's get rid of this right here. Cool. So you see the structure, you see the horizontal. There is a little opportunity here. Let's do, also they do have a fib right there as well. All right, so it's a little bit subdued. It's kind of hard to see, but that's showing you a fib, I think, on the smaller from swing low to swing high. All right, there's another fib. So there's like an overlap of fibs going on here, but all good. The golden pocket's right here. It's right below this horizontal. So you do have the golden pocket. You do have a horizontal kind of lining up for you on Tesla. We could come all the way back down here, though, to this order block as well as the trend line. Retest that. Actually retest the trend line, and you could still be okay. But this might, I mean, the problem is the market just looks shoddy altogether right now. So I'd be very careful with that. Let's bump this up just a little bit. Looks like it's losing some steam. This is EMA based. I'm trying to incorporate some structure into it as well, but right now, that's looking like could be, yeah, it looks like the reversal already played out, really, honestly. But here nor there. I don't know, man. That could be an opportunity on Tesla. You just got to look at the rest of the market. Do you feel like, if you're looking at the NASDAQ, we'll go back to the NASDAQ real quick. Do you feel like you're in an opportunity or in a place where you could see a little bit of a bounce? Right? Is that open to you? And that would kind of base the decision. It's kind of funny. The order block down here for NASDAQ is a little further down as well. It's a little further down for NASDAQ. And it's a little further down for Tesla. But looking at it, that's kind of tough. Like, again, structure looks good here as well, right? Same kind of deal. Structure looks all right. Up, down, cool. Do we come back down, you know, to the order block? That would make a lot of sense, honestly. So that might be a level for you to look at and kind of like cross-reference it when you're going to some of the other stocks, right? So if you're going to Tesla, look at that, like, hey, we could have some more potential downside. And then you come down to this order block, you still maintain a higher low, keeping the structure intact. I think that would probably be an area that would be more concentrated on right now, to be perfectly frank with you. But this isn't bad. Like, man, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know. Just based on the NASDAQ, based on the market, the overarching market, it's kind of like using like Bitcoin as the North Star for some of the other cryptos. You know, I see that with NASDAQ sometimes, just using that as the North Star. And I mean, it's a pretty aggressive pullback right now, 1.3%. That's a lot of money when it really comes down to it. So, all right. So two levels for you to keep an eye on Tesla right now is where we're at. All right. That's at about 331, 332. Right in that zone right there. You could see a bounce out of that area. Definitely probable. And then down here is probably the area I like a little bit better, based on, you know, looking at where the NASDAQ could pull back. And there's a nice order block and the trend line, retesting that, and looking for a bounce out of there. I do like that area just a little bit better. But again, there's definitely an opportunity here. Time now for Tesla. All right, let's keep it going. Something I haven't looked at in a while. Ondo. Bro, I haven't looked at Ondo in a minute. I know some people that aped into Ondo once it went to $1. I know you guys are waiting to see this thing break out. All right, so updating the fixed range volume profile real quick, see what that's showing us. But right now, you are just ranging. You're consolidating. It's clear as day. Coming back down here to the 0.786 with the value area low. I kind of like that. Just looking at the horizontal price action right now. All right, just kind of breaking it up, breaking it up, breaking it up. So, hey, hee-hee. Little smiley face. There you go. All right. It's not something I've ever done before. But anyways, the 0.786, man, coming down here, you know there's some liquidity right below this previous area of support, right? So see a little wick down here, grab some liquidity, come back over the 0.786 as well as the value area low. And that could be a play, man. And I wouldn't even freak out about the POC in this case. Because if you're looking at Ondo, like you're looking at what it's done, right? Look at like it pretty much value low, value high. Value high, value low. Value area low all the way up to the high, all the way back to the low. It did break down for a little bit. Once it got back in, what did it do? All the way back up, all the way back down, all the way back up. This could be a really nice swing trade for Ondo. You're running some risk here, yeah, no doubt about it. But this could be a really nice move for Ondo. Order blocks all the way up here at the 0.66 as well. Let's pull this puppy back up. Nope, never mind. Cause I gotta work on that. So we'll get ourselves a little swag. Remember, obviously there's got to be fees and all that stuff associated with it, but this would be like a low leverage play, really low leverage. And man, you got a buffer. You got a buffer. You could even bring it all the way back down here so that if it were to come down and make a higher low, you could still find support right here. I'm liking this. You got the potential for a 25% move. Probably a 3-to-1. And actually, I mean, you're at that point, you're talking about the wick too, because once you see that reversal come in, I mean, you can bump that stop loss on up, bring it on up. You could bring your, bring it back to your entry as well, above your entry, right? You want to lock in, those fees and stuff like that. But this might not be bad. I'm gonna look at this some more. In the meantime, let's go ahead and put this right there. That gives you a nice 2.75. Bro, I ain't mad at that. Sorry I'm going quiet on you. I'm looking at it more and more just because I like the setup. Very, very clear range. And when you can get a real clear range, man, you can take advantage of that. And that would give some room for the market to pull back a little bit. I'm saying. All right, let's take a whole picture of that one. That might be going up on the Discord. That might be going up on the Discord. All right. So if you're smart, you take a picture of your screen right now. All right, let's go on to the next one. I'm telling you, you'll get some sauce. You will get some sauce. All right, so really key level we were looking at here was 206. 206 for Solana was an area I said, hey, we're looking at that. We want to see a breakout retest. I don't know if you're gonna get it. It's trying. It's trying, but that one's gonna be close. Let's get it, man. I got a lot going on here. Let's clear all this out, all this craziness, so we can see some things. Just craziness. So basically what I was doing there is just grouping the price action. So I was like, hey, key level. Why is it a key level? Well, once you can see the chart, you're welcome. Once you can see the chart, look at this. Massive head and shoulders. No, I'm just kidding. But that would be absolutely terrifying. That would be bad. But damn, it actually kind of could get weird. All right, so seriously though, looking at that level around like 200 about 210 or so, that's been resistance, you know, quite a bit. All right, and it really just loves being in this range. Now the thing is, this has been a very clean, structurally sound move to the upside. All right, series of higher highs, higher lows, trend line's intact, all looks good. It looks nice, man. Is that where you want to get in at though? I don't know. That's gonna be the tough part, and that's gonna be a decision. But what we like to see is some bullish candles. Really, you just want to see this find support in this area. If you see it finding support in this area where you start to see, you know, some momentum to the upside, dude, it's super, super realistic to have a move. Even if you were to get into this a little bit later, just like if you're waiting for this really to kind of certify and establish itself above these levels where it's at right now, even if you got in late, all right, you got in late and you took it up, I would say even to the Val high here where this order block is, that's a 12% move. That's still a 12% move. Obviously, you're going to have some, like, you know, right, pullbacks, a little bit of bouncing around, working its way up, just the way it's been doing. But I mean, a 12% move, if you use, you know, just a few X of leverage, is a 30% trade. Can't be mad at that. So right now, trend is looking good for Solana right now. But let's say we pull back. Let's say we pull back. Now, this is only going to be an assumption. We're just going to take swing high, swing low. Cool. That's where we're at. And that would really, I mean, coming down to the 786 would really keep kind of the structure in play of what we're seeing. And that's at about 184. Trend line would still be intact. Structure would look good. Do we have any horizontals though? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Love it. So this kind of makes me more excited about that level. So take kind of the lows here where you're finding support. Got a little resistance in that area. Look at that, man. It almost overlaps the platinum pocket. Almost overlaps it. All I'm doing right now is just looking at horizontal levels where I see support and resistance, adding a little bit of confluence to that area, right? Like, where have we seen price action in that area? And this is where we've seen it, right about 180, 184. So a little pullback to that area. If you kind of miss this move, if we don't ultimately find support up here, then where are you potentially looking at adding to your bag or getting into your bag, keeping this structure intact in a logical area to see price action? I'd say 180 to 184 is a really nice spot. A really nice spot. So keep an eye on that. I would mark that on your charts. I'd say probably about 184 again, this looks like one we need to take a picture of, but you could see two things here. Let's go ahead and we'll measure this up from kind of where, let's take it to where the breakout structure was. And then we'll take it up to the order block. All right, so that would be a 17% move. Let's bring this back down. There you go, about 17% move. Take a picture of that one. Cool. So a couple key levels for you to look at are where we're at right now. And again, 184 for Solana. That's your key levels right now, in my mind. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit more. Whoa, we got LBC in the house. What up, bro? Good to see you, man. Got baby LBC on the way, man. I'm super stoked for you. Let's go. Let's go. Who else we got in here? My man, FD. Wait, let's go. Oh, I got you, dude. I got you. You know how that is. Let's get it. Hey, man. You see that, you see the thumb? I got the thumb ready, bro. I got it ready. Let me see if I can pull up Canva real quick. I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all the thumb. I did this, this morning. Get my man FD on here. Let's go. There it is. There it is, man. Let's go. You ready? You let me know when you're ready, FD. I'm gonna get you on here. I'm gonna get you on. I might have to move that up just a little bit. Man, I got a thing, like I got like some OCD issues sometimes. I think I'm gonna have to move that up just because that everything's too low. Anyways, I'll do that another time. I'll do it another time. This is not why you guys are here, I know. Here we go. Let's see here. Back to this. Oh, hey, something we haven't looked at yet is our daily degen. Let's see what we got going on. So we're up 4.86% right now for the daily degen. Looks like 5%. Not looking too bad. It's stabilizing. It seems like daily degen, like the market likes to stabilize a little bit. It's like every time we go in, you don't get too many aggressive moves. We are up still 115% on that old Ethereum short, man. Took that at 49.01. I'm staying in it. I'm staying in it, man. I'm staying in it. Let's go back here. All right. Back to the charts. Let's find some Link. You know what? I haven't looked at Link in a long time. Let's pull up some Link. That's got some headlines going, right? Had some pretty nice moves. Not moves, but news. Sorry. Came up to this area of resistance. Look at that, man. Rejection today. And what's right here? You know what's right there. I'm telling you, you're gonna see it over and over again. Over and over and over again. There's liquidity right there. Wake up. This is what I'm talking about. So when I went on that just overly long explanation. Look at, you can see the difference. So look, check this out. This comes back up to retest this area. Let's get rid of this circle. Let's get rid of this line. What is this? Okay, cool. What all do we have going on here? More fibs on fibs. We got fibs on top of fibs right now. But let's get rid of this. There we go. So when I'm like, the price action, the candles will tell you what is going on. It's gonna tell you what's going on. Let's get rid of that too. All right, it's gonna tell you. And this is what I'm talking about. See this wick? This wick tells you selling pressure. We came up to a key level of resistance. Selling pressure. Continuation. Impulsive move, right? We came up to retest this area, but then we get an impulsive move. This is what I'm talking about. This is the difference. This is the difference. It will tell you. Right? Rejection, and then this one, get an impulsive move, breakout, retest, continuation. That's it. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys right there. That's the key difference in what you'll see in the price action when you interact with these key levels. And so you'll see it. You'll see it. You'll know, hey, like, am I going to take a long or a short, or, you know, am I looking for continuation? Like the price action, the candles will talk to you. They'll talk to you. Here we go. This one, like, man, that was a crazy wick, but ultimately what'd you get? You got a breakout retest to the downside, continuation. Cool. So anyways, let's look at some key levels for Chainlink. Let's see here. Horizontal. I mean, I like this one a lot, actually. The one that I have highlighted in green right now. Why? Got a high of the range. You had very clear support for it held up this range the entire time, and you had the breakout retest of that level. That level being about $20. Nice psychological area too. Also, you got the golden pocket, man. We're talking about some sauce right now for Chainlink. I like that area for Chainlink. If it was to pull back, if you were to come back down to the golden pocket here, one, you got liquidity all the way up, just so you know. Like, if you're looking at this is liquidity all the way up, man. People are putting stop losses below, and people are taking leverage long positions all the way up here. You see this ascending level of support, man. That's good in terms of, like, the probability of coming back down and grabbing that are a little bit higher, because all of that, there's no, like, real dip where it would come down, take liquidity, go back up, come down, take liquidity, go back up. Like that's not there. That's an ascending level of support. So all of that is wide open to be stealing some liquidity. Now you do have the 0.5, but I would say if you're coming down there, you're coming down here. So this would be an area that I would be looking for a potential trade on Chainlink. That's right around $20, man. I like that. I like that, honestly. And what else does it do? Keeps the structure in place. Like, that's important. All right, just depending on how you draw this line. I mean, you could take it a little bit more here. Could even actually take it over top of that. All right, then you get more touches on the price action, because sometimes it will come back down to below. So I actually kind of like that a little bit more. So look, you interact here, you interact here, you interact here, and then impulsive move through. I kind of like that, man. Come back down to, see, that would actually put you a little closer to the 0.5 though. I'm gonna make it do what I want. It's all subjective anyways. But it would keep the trend alive. Technically, that should be a little bit further down. So that's kind of tough. But yeah, you see what I'm saying. One way or another, you can see the trend. It's kind of going up and right. And you want to keep that alive. Coming down to the 618, horizontal level, all lining up in one place. Where would we take that though? That's where it gets interesting. That's where it would definitely get interesting. Let's go down to a little bit lower time frame. Let's look at the 4 hour and see what the price action is doing on the 4 hour. And maybe we can come up with something here. Because the entry, yeah, it's a piece of it, but like having the exit is just as important, if not more important. I actually think where the current price level is where I'm seeing the most horizontal influence in terms of price action. Resistance, support, resistance, support, support. So you do have a pretty key level there at about 23. So about 20 to 23. Let's just measure that. See if the juice may be worth the squeeze or not. Up to about, yeah, hell yeah, that's 11%. So 11%, you're looking at, you know, again, I would probably be low leverage, but let's put that on there. Long position from this key level. Let's bring it down a little bit more to about 10 and some change, just keeping it conservative. And there you go. Potential for a 3-to-1. It's a simple TA too. Like, this isn't anything that's overly complex. You got the opportunity to take liquidity off the table as well. Let's get rid of some of this crap. Yeah, I like that. Let's bring this a little bit more this way. So yeah, opportunity there for a nice little 3-to-1. It's just, we got to be patient. We got to let it come to us. And that's, you know, that's half the battle. So a lot of people like, they want to see you trade every day. They want to see you do it live, you know, but like, it's not the smart thing to do. The smart thing to do is let the price action come to these key levels and wait and to see what this price action is going to do. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to get ahead of the charts. We're trying to set ourselves up. Another thing, like, again, you know, you've already heard me talk about it a few times. We're talking about structure again, coming down, boom, lets that play out, right? So very, very important when you're looking at these trades, I think. Because a lot of people could just be like, hey, we're going to get this nice swing trade out of this level and off and away it goes. And it could, right? I mean, it could maintain this trend line, but it's not, because when you start going down to the 4 hour or the hourly, you know, once you start getting this series of lower highs and lower lows, like you're fighting the trend. Even though the macro trend is still bullish, you know, here you're running the risk of round tripping. And that's why I kind of, like I said, I'm a base hit guy. I'm gonna take my base hits, and I just think it's a more conservative, higher probability play personally than trying to swing for the fences all the time. You're gonna hit your home runs, no doubt about it. But I think this is just a more conservative play. All right, I think we're over time. I think I'm gonna get out of here. Hope everyone got something out of today's. Man, you guys got 56 votes in today. That's unreal. I appreciate you guys for all voting. Thank you for being here. You got 41 people on right now. I appreciate it. There we go. We are growing. We're doing good here. I appreciate you guys. All right, that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Let's go ahead. Actually, I gotta check the old FAR coin. The old FAR coin is 15% right now. It might be a little difference. There we go. We got the nope. That's an open order. Order history. There we go. 13.24%. That is what we close at for the daily DGen. The winners. Let's go. You guys called it. You called it with the doom. Thank you. Thank you guys for all voting. Thank you for all being here today. Much, much appreciated. Hope everyone has a great day. Again, come on over to the Discord. We have a free side. We have a premium side. Premium side is pretty cheap. We even got my man Alex O in there, man. He's dropping some TA as well. So we got some fire analysts dropping all kinds of signals in the premium side. Check it out. Like I said, it's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of free stuff. If you want 10% off your trading spot and futures fees, you can use the code that's in the chat right now or in the description. And that's all the shilling I'm going to do right now. If you want a hat, hit me up on a DM. That I can help. All right, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. As always, trade safe, be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer yes and a no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, go, still go, 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 still go. I never ran, so no, I still go.